he's coming here from a very, he's had quite a journey coming to Vancouver. He left his home province, which is Quebec, in 1994 to come all the way west to Vancouver, and he was only 24 years old. By that point, he had experienced a whole lot of life. He was hopeful for a fresh start on the West Coast, as many of us are who find ourselves here after coming here from the East, because he'd suffered 2 life-threatening accidents and also a major health scare. But between the early 90s and now, of course, Stephan has seen Vancouver change very, very drastically. And he started selling Megaphone only a few years ago, but in that very brief period, he's experienced a lot of change in his life. He's the most important one of them, though, is settling into a safer, happier home near Jericho Beach, where he now lives. And he's going to share a piece of writing that reflects on that experience. So please, very warmly welcome Stephan Scott.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So, it's about the home where I was born. The home I was born was a very big home with 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, living room, kitchen, and a basement for playroom. The house was in a farm town called Saint-Hyacinthe in Quebec, province of Quebec. It's about a half hour from Montreal, the big city. I remember in the front of the house we have a big rectangle swimming pool, which is with small water slides and trampoline. Some stair was attached to the pool, getting out and in. The pool was painted a nice blue turquoise. The pool started 2 feet deep, went to 12 feet. I turned 4 years and I was living in that home for about 4 years since I was born. My dad wanted to sell the house. I was not very happy about that because I was sweating. I was like the pool, but my dad decided to buy a piece of land not far from the first home, about miles away. It's across the bridge to Highway 20, about miles from the house. It was built in about a year, so when I turned 5, I moved to a new house. The new house at this time was no swimming pool because the accident happened when I was almost drowned in the pool. I was pushed into the pool by accident by some young youth who were playing around the pool. I was lucky I was saved by my uncle. The second home was a little bit bigger with lots of lands around the house. The left side of the house was a huge garden, and the back was a sandbox and also apple trees and surrounded by the cornfields. On the right side was about a tennis court and some swing and slide, plus fire pit and chairs and picnic tables. I lived in that house until I turned 16. I just got my first driver's license. I was so exciting. I got my first car. It was blue, 4-door Pontiac Acadian. I decided to move to Montreal because I wanted to have a new job. I didn't want to be a farmer. I want to be independent for my family. My third home was much smaller. I was living alone in a 1-bedroom place. For some reason, I want to travel and discover every big city in North America as a photographer. I was able to travel everywhere. I lived around about years in each big city until I decided to study in Toronto at York University. I studied in business administration to open my own business in Vancouver back in 1994 as a janitor business called Sun King Extra. And after that, back in Vancouver. I arrived in Vancouver in 1994. I stayed about until 2000 because I want to be back to my family for the year 2000, because for me it was a very important years in my life. So I traveled across Canada on my own. And just when I arrived to the city, almost 30 kilometers from my hometown, I had a big car accident. I fall asleep on the road. I was a bit tired, I think, after all the driving way. I was about 30 kilometers away, and I just wake up 2 months after in a coma from the hospital. Lucky to be alive today. After that major accident, I was getting better, and a couple of years after, I decided to go do some snowboarding in Whistler. It was my first experience, the first time there, but again, it's the blizzard outside, the mountain, and I didn't know where I was going, and the major accident happened that day on my own. I didn't see the cliff. It was too snowing, and so I fell off a cliff. So it's about 30 meters high. I was rescued by a helicopter by some rescue team. Lucky they find me, because otherwise I'd be not here today. So that put me in a coma for 2 months again, for the second time. So now today, after all those major accidents, I live in Point Grey, be near Jericho Beach, in a studio apartment, in peace and quiet. I have a couple of poems I would like to read to you. One is about the butterfly. I come to my room, and the grab will begin to bloom. I glean colors from its wings, even to my most mundane of things. I felt rainbow spotting all around. Also a strangle and pain sound. I was in a whisper of the butterfly, carving a message from the yonder sky. I flew away. I began to do that or blitz. I felt its parting kiss. I was gone, but I still hear its mystery song in my ear. And the second one, it's a beautiful day. It's not a cloud today, just a sky blue. As the sun shines bright, I feel so new. As you walk down the street, you can see smile from all around. I looked like everyone. I came to town to enjoy the summer day and let the time then stand still. For a little while, I just untold. Thank you.